Welcome to another Empire Wars Showcase. This is between Barles and Villese. These are two very good Empire Wars players here. They're matching up on Enclosed. Barles playing as the Persians, Villese playing as the Italians. Scouts already out here for Villese, looking to get some damage in. And neither player... Okay, sorry. Barles opened with the archery range. Villese also opening with the archery range. The scout is over here for Barles as well at Villese's base. Scouting out, running into a spearman and now an archer. Probably going to get away with his life, but not a good situation. Second archer range already coming down for Barles, who... in case you don't remember, Barles... I believe it was Barles. I'm pretty confident in this. Made it to the last Red Bull, kind of, I think as a late addition, replacement player, something like that. Wasn't supposed to be there, but he was there, and he came to play. He came to say, hey, I'm not an accident here. I belong, and he proved it. An excellent player, but we all know Villese as one of the best players in the game. Period. Barring none. Very few people in the game are going to beat Villese in a series. In a game, maybe. We'll see what Barles can bring us. But in a series, Villese, one of the absolute best to ever play. Or best to currently play. One of the best to ever play because the skill level's so high, but he doesn't have, you know, the legacy of some of those old school players who dominated the game for so long. Two archery range production for both players. It's 7 versus 6 on the military. But the person who has 7 military switching into skirmishers. Villese already adding the skirmishers. 5 archers, 2 skirmishers up against 7 archers and a scout. That's a weak scout hanging out. Ooh, 2 archers over here from Barles over in Villese's base. Causing some hassle. But the archers of Barles now dying off to this forward pressure from Villese. Villese, he does not have the score lead for whatever reason. I'm guessing it has to do with scouting. Yeah, Villese has done less scouting in this game, but the KD is even. The military's pretty even between the two players, both just dancing around with each other, both getting ready to head on up to the castle age, and that is Barles with the click first. Villese about probably 30 seconds away from the click, and so probably about 30 seconds to 45 seconds. Oh, he's on the way up. I take it back. Already on the way up. Villese. So, yeah, about 30 seconds behind, though. Still about 30 seconds behind. I don't think that 30 seconds is going to make all the difference in the game, but in these archer v archer matchups it can. Barles, however, not going to be continuing on with the archers. No, I take it back, he is. Villese also continuing to add skirmishers. The archer v archer matchups, the timings are very important, but doesn't necessarily decide the game. 42 versus 41 on the villagers. Villese. One villager behind, however, not really sure why. Both players do have loom at this point in the game. Villese pushing in on Barles' base, though. His army has been able to push in. Now he's evened up the villager numbers. Fighting in the middle of Barles' base. That will buy him the time he needs. He's certainly, while behind to the next age by 30 seconds, not going to be pressured because he has the military control. 14-3 on the military front. But a knight already being added. The knight switches in for our Persian player. I wouldn't be surprised to see more military out of the archer ranges just for the time being, but it doesn't look like we're getting that. Second town center on the way for both players, as both players have now reached castle age. 15-6 in the military. Bodkin and Bowsaw coming in, but not crossbow, but a knight is being added for our Italian player as well. Now, all these skirmishers, not much good in this situation. Up against the knight, they're pretty weak. That's why a knight had to be added by our Italian player. Just one for now. We'll see if he adds another. The second town center going to be up very soon. The second town center timing actually looks a little ahead for Villese, but the third town center now being added already by Barles, who is 2 villagers ahead. But we have Wheelbarrow coming in for Villese, so that explains that eco difference. Wheelbarrow is the tech you want when you have a good farming eco. Not a good farming eco from either player just yet, though. 8 farms there for Villese, and now up to 8 for Barles as well, who's just now adding some of those. In this army, crossbowman, skirmisher, and 1 knight pushing in on Barles. Villese has control of the game, but there's a little sneaky army. 1 knight and 2 skirmishers. Squirting our way around, finding a hole. Eco is in favor of Barles. Villese has dropped back just a bit here. 3 villagers now behind, but he's going to be dropping back further because there are 3 town centers versus 2. The extra town centers added on berry bushes to allow that villager production to continue, whereas Barles did not do so. His berry bushes are just about used up out here. He does have another one, however. Villese's berry bushes. Barles added, I don't know what I said. Disregard all of that nonsense. Anyway, moving in Villese, inside of the base of Barles. However, there are a couple knights here. 3 knights for Villese, who's going heavy into the crossbow production and occasionally adding in knights when he feels that they're needed. Now, one interesting feature here is the monks are already on the way. Nicely done. He switches the conversion, takes the knight. Beautiful play. I wanted to see if he did that. That's why I went silent right there. If you are converting a unit and you switch to the next unit, that built-up conversion will snag that other unit almost immediately. Monks are out for Villese as he's beginning to gather up the relics. A player who doesn't miss a lot of details. There are no monks out for Barles. Barles does not have a monastery. Barles still behind in the military, 8 to 30. So pretty substantially behind in the military, and only 7 villagers ahead. So it's gonna have to get these things together. The populations are not at all even, 87 to 70. However, Barles looking for the raids, looking to circle back around. That's fine. There's a couple monks. There's monks at home and monks being added. So these raids are not as efficient as you would like them to be. Now, for the most part, the monks are not staying at home. So the monks are heading out across the map looking for relics. The university being added, that'll give us ballistics. Another university being added. That is a walling university. There's a gaping hole here, however. I hope that is noticed. Monk gets a conversion and goes down, so one of those knights changes sides and dies to his compatriots. Crossbows out, shooting down on those knights, not really what's needed. Double university play, again, not really what's needed. Barles still missing that second armor, just now bringing it in. That second armor, as you know, massively important, mathematically invaluable for the play here. Monks looking for relics. It looks like on this enclosed maps, the relics are on the Rocky Trail. 64 to 69 on the villagers, so only 5 villagers behind is Villese. The military 32 to 12. I don't think Barles knows about these town centers this town center up here, although he is actually going to head there soon. I don't think he knows, but he's heading up there. Will know soon enough. This army is something he can't deal with. It's just roaming freely in his base. Unable to do a lot of pressure because of the town centers, but just roaming around looking for things. These monks, not sure if these relics, there's a relic there that is definitely spotted. Here is not. So Villese has to do a lot of things all at once, unable to do all of them. This town center coming up a fourth town center now coming up for Villese, who is only four villagers behind at this point. Barles unable to break Villese, and I think this game is gonna go to Villese. This crossbow army is just not something Barles can deal with, and there are enough knights out to keep Barles from going into siege. I would try the siege anyway. I think you have to. No, this is a bit of a misplay. Villese, not watching at the moment, walked his crossbows into the knight army, and gonna take some damage here, but it's not gonna be, you know, the end of the world. Sorry about that. I want this back to here. That knight army may actually hold this up. I don't, no way, no way. It does. So that forward crossbow army finally gets cleaned up. Barles with a pretty big KD lead and nearly a military lead and an 8 villager lead, 7 villager lead. However, 4 town centers and 3 relics on the way. A 4th also on the way. So Villese gonna be taking back that military control, I think, very soon, and the Italians can always go into Genoese crossbowmen. Villese not heading for that just yet. Here comes the siege. This is what I wanted to see earlier. Now that the knights are cleaned up, Barles dropping the siege, gonna be using this town center as just a launching point, something to attack. Still roaming around with these knights, looking for weak points, looking for exposed villagers, looking for places to hit. Here come the monks. This could be 2 knight conversions. Would be a big deal indeed. We're gonna get 2 knight conversions here. Has to be. 1, 2 knight conversions. And these 2 knights are going to try and stop the siege workshop. Not going to happen, but these 2 villagers are going to go down in the process. These 3 knights in the back of Villese's base, not finding anything at the moment. Mangonel on the way out, and now there's knights. Relic being picked up, being taken home. So it's going to be 4 relics in the end. That 5th one didn't get taken. Another knight's going to be converted. Gonna change sides. It's taken a while, but that one eventually going to be convinced by the Wololo. Mangonel gonna have to stay inside. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Villese delivering a relic to Barles. With no shame, just here, I have a relic, but I wonder when he notices this? He notices and starts to take it back home. So it's gonna be 4 relics on account of that one getting home. Let's assume that one gets home. It's gonna be 4 relics. Ooh, it might not get home. That monk is definitely gonna go down. I think the relic does get home eventually, but that monk definitely gonna go down. A 4th town center now added by Barles, who's still 6 ahead in the villagers. Villese with the extra monks not able to get the conversions, or not able to get the eco in. Siege Workshop now added by Villese to hold this position. I would love to see a castle right here, just plunk. And a 5th town center going to be added by Barles. Now, 39, yeah, the military's pretty massive, but it's hanging out over here, which I find odd again. It's coming forward now, and I think the castle is going to be dropped. I think Villese is going to try to take care of this siege. Okay, he's dropping the castle back here on this hill. To be safe, smart, instead of up here. So this gold is still going to be protected, just going to lose this town center eventually. And this relic still hanging out over here. Not heading forward just yet. Let's check the micro here. Make sure... Ooh, Villese just walks towards the Mangonel. No fear. Now heading back away. Couple monks involved. Gonna be getting a couple more knight conversions. Just 1. Gets 1 knight conversion. Yep. And snags that relic. Heading back home. Ooh, the crossbow pinching this Mangonel. Just going after it, man. Pinching it on both sides. But there's another Mangonel in that in that Siege Workshop, and that could be a big deal. Monk's gonna pop out, try to convert. The Mangonel should now pop out. Yes, beautifully done, but Villese was ready. Barles calls the GG. Barles doesn't get the hit and calls the GG. What a prepared response there from Villese. Barles did that perfectly. Brought the Monk out, went for the conversion. As soon as the Knight left, dropped out the Mangonel, launched crossbow split, took out the Mangonel. Didn't matter that the Knight got converted. GG. Pretty even early, but it just Barles decided there wasn't a way back. The Italian player had clicked up. Villese had clicked up. So the military just continually bleeding there for Barles. Decided he couldn't hold any longer. Military, you can see the better KD for Barles. Didn't matter in the end. The conversions did make a big difference. And really the military high. 50 to 15, though. Big difference. Eco, very similar. 1,000 total resources different. That's not a lot. Technology. The imp time. Barles. Or Villese. What? Oh, had completed imp. That's not a click to imp. That's a completed Imperial Age, which prompted the... Yep, 2450. Causing the good game called Villagers. Pretty much even. And APM. Villese, pretty fast player. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. If not, that's alright. We'll see you in the next one. Good one.